1. When using the ACSF to assess a learner's writing skills, which practice ensures validity? A. Using tasks unrelated to the learner's context. B. Selecting tasks that reflect real-life writing purposes. C. Choosing the same task for all learners regardless of level. G. Focusing only on spelling accuracy. 2. Which ACSF core skill is most directly involved when designing a workplace safety training that requires learners to interpret diagrams? A. Reading. B. Writing. C. Numeracy. D. Oral communication. 3. When mapping a training package to the ACSF, what is the first step for curriculum developers? A. Writing the assessment tools. B. Identifying the core skill demands of the units of competency. C. Delivering training to see what learners struggle with. D. Reviewing only the numeracy requirements. 4. Which adult learning principle is best applied when using ACSF levels to plan individualized support? A. Ignoring learners' past experiences to avoid bias. B. Building on learners' existing skills and experiences. C. Using only teacher-selected content. D. Minimizing learner input to save time. 5. The ACSF describes performance at different levels. Which feature distinguishes Level 3 performance? A. Highly familiar, routine tasks only. B. Complex tasks requiring some abstraction and judgment. C. Highly specialized and unpredictable tasks. D. Tasks requiring only basic recognition of text. 6. When evaluating learner progress against ACSF levels, which method best demonstrates measurable gains? A. Anecdotal trainer comments. B. Pre- and post-training mapped assessments. C. Counting attendance at sessions. D. Reviewing enrollment paperwork. 7. Which communication approach supports learner understanding of their ACSF results? A. Presenting results only in technical framework language. E. Explaining levels in plain language with examples. C. Sharing results without feedback. Avoiding discussion to protect learner confidence. 8. Which curriculum development practice ensures ACSF alignment? A. Embedding core skill activities within vocational tasks. B. Teaching literacy and numeracy separately with no context. C. Avoiding numeracy in non-math programs. D. Delivering generic reading tasks unrelated to job roles. 9. Which ACSF core skill is assessed when a learner is required to negotiate a workplace roster with colleagues? A. Learning. E. Oral communication. C. Reading. D. Numeracy. 10. When using ACSF for compliance reporting, which step is critical? A. Documenting assessment decisions and evidence. E. Relying on trainer memory of learner performance. C. Estimating levels without formal assessment. D. Submitting results without moderation. 11. Which evaluation method best ensures reliability of ACSF assessments across assessors? A. Using a single assessor for all learners. B. Conducting assessor moderation and validation sessions. C. Allowing each assessor to set their own benchmarks. D. Skipping cross-checking to save time. 12. When mentoring a learner with low ACSF numeracy skills, which approach is most effective? A. Providing contextualized practice linked to workplace tasks. B. Giving only abstract textbook exercises. C. Avoiding numeracy tasks to prevent stress. D. Setting high-level numeracy problems immediately. 13. Which ACSF level descriptor emphasizes dealing with unpredictable texts and tasks? A. Level 1. B. Level 2. C. Level 3. D. Level 4. 14. When designing formative assessments mapped to ACSF, what is the primary goal? A. Generating compliance paperwork. B. Providing feedback to inform teaching and learner progress. C. Ranking learners against each other. D. Eliminating learners who do not meet standards. 15. Which communication strategy promotes learner self-reflection in ACSF assessment feedback sessions? A. Asking learners to compare results to goals and plan improvements. B. Presenting results as a final judgment. C. Limiting discussion to trainer's interpretation. D. Providing only written results with no dialogue. 16. The ACSF supports continuous improvement. Which practice aligns with this principle? A. Regularly reviewing training programs to ensure skills are embedded. Keeping the same materials without updates. C. Focusing on compliance over learner outcomes. Avoiding feedback from learners to maintain control. 17. Which ACSF core skill underpins the ability to follow multi-step written workplace procedures? A. Writing. B. Oral communication. C. Reading. D. Learning. 18. Which curriculum planning step ensures that ACSF skill-building activities are relevant for adult learners? A. Contextualizing learning activities to workplace or community needs. B. Using only decontextualized worksheets. C. Teaching skills in isolation from real tasks. D. Avoiding consultation with employers. 19. When evaluating ACSF-aligned programs, which measure indicates real-world impact? A. Learner satisfaction only. B. Transfer of skills to workplace performance. C. Number of sessions delivered. D. Trainer hours logged. 20. Which mentoring strategy aligns with ACSF's focus on the learning core skill? A. Encouraging learners to reflect on strategies they use to solve problems. B. Giving solutions directly with no discussion. C. Limiting opportunities for learners to evaluate their own progress. D. Avoiding questions that require reflection. 21. When conducting ACSF assessments, which factor best ensures fairness? A. Providing accessible assessment formats and support. B. Using only written tests, regardless of learner needs. C. Conducting assessments in unfamiliar, noisy environments. D. Giving time limits that ignore individual differences. 22. Which curriculum design feature strengthens ACSF numeracy development in vocational training? A. Embedding numeracy tasks within job-related projects. B. Separating numeracy teaching from practical applications. C. Avoiding numerical content to reduce learner anxiety. D. Using irrelevant examples disconnected from real life. 23. Which ACSF level typically involves integrating information from multiple sources and making judgments? A. Level 1. B. Level 2. C. Level 3. D. Level 4. 24. Which communication strategy is most effective when working with learners with low literacy? A. Using clear visuals, demonstrations, and simple language. E. Using complex technical vocabulary to build capacity. C. Speaking quickly to cover more material. D. Providing written material only without explanation. 25. Which evaluation approach supports program compliance with ACSF requirements? A. Regular validation of assessment tools against ACSF indicators. B. Using outdated tools developed before ACSF was implemented. C. Allowing each trainer to design tools without mapping. D. Avoiding moderation to speed reporting. 26. Which ACSF skill is being developed when learners are guided to reflect on how they approached a problem and what they would do differently? A. Reading. B. Learning. C. Writing. D. Numeracy. 27. When setting ACSF benchmarks for a course, what is the key consideration? A. The core skill level required to successfully complete vocational outcomes. B. Trainer preference for easier assessments. C. The average level of past cohorts. D. Choosing the lowest possible level to maximize completion rates. 28. Which mentoring technique supports progression from ACSF Level 2 to Level 3 in oral communication? A. Role-playing workplace conversations with increasing complexity. B. Avoiding interactive tasks and focusing on passive listening. C. Providing only one-way lectures. D. Using written exercises only. 29. Which ACSF core skill is essential when learners need to measure and record production outputs accurately? A. Reading. B. Writing. C. Numeracy. D. Learning. 30. When designing assessment tools, which step ensures they accurately reflect ACSF level descriptors? A. Mapping task requirements against ACSF performance features. B. Using generic tasks without reference to ACSF. C. Assuming tasks are appropriate without review. D. Copying tasks from unrelated contexts.